Just have a quick go through what we have done last week. So we discussed that the doctrine of karma already prevalent in India before the Buddha. And of course, the Buddha has his own interpretation of the karma, the doctrine of karma, if compared with other religions. And secondly, the Buddha explained and formulated them in completeness in the Nikaya. Nikaya, we also gone through last week. You still remember what are the Nikaya? Anyone? Those who are new? Those who are not new. So we have the Nikaya basically referring to the sutta. Yeah, we have three baskets: the sutta, the Vinaya, and the Abhidhamma. So we are referring to the Nikaya. Yeah, and commentaries of the Nikaya. I think we discussed about it too. Let me turn on the pointer. Yeah. So there are commentaries of Nikaya which discuss about the karma, and plenty of them. And of course, Abhidhamma also, the commentaries, discuss and supporting the definition of karma and give different interpretation of a karma. So when you heard about different classification of karma and how karma comes about in details, very likely they come from the Abhidhamma. And you remember last week when we discussed about the niyama? So we asked those who joined the class last week, if you recall, we talked about the 5 niyamas. So these 5 niyamas, are they in the Nikaya or are they in the commentaries or the Abhidhamma? You can turn on your mic and suggest your answer. No punishment if you got it wrong. Sadhu if you got it right. Remember about the niyama. So anyone would like to have a try? The 5 niyamas, are they in the Nikaya, commentaries, or Abhidhamma? No one shy or forgotten? Cannot hear you. You have to turn on your mic if you have the answer. Gianna, we have to try. No. Anyone of the 8 receptors would like to have a try? No? No? Forgotten. Oh dear. So the niyama is in Abhidhamma. Okay? It's not discussed in the Nikaya. Not at all. There's a discussion about the Kamma niyama, but not the 5 niyama. Right? But it doesn't mean that those discussed in Abhidhamma or commentaries are no good. But it helps us in understanding. And we know that, to define niyamas explained in Abhidhamma, we know that, sometimes certain things happen due to seasons, the wind, the rains, the winter. Yeah, now it's summer, right? In the northern hemisphere. It's the seasons. It's one of the niyama, not because of the karma.
I did not know it's niyama.
Okay. So one of the episodes says she doesn't know what's niyama. So I think I'll go to the slide where we discuss about niyama. Okay, I hope you don't mind. In the next few slides, so I have to go down. Yes. Panchavida, 5 niyama. Okay. The first niyama is the Uttu niyama. This is explained in the Abhidhamma. Yeah? The constraints of the seasons. Yeah, in certain regions of the earth or periods, flowering, fruiting, Yeah, at a certain time, durian is in which month?
July.
July. I thought it's Chinese New Year. After Chinese New Year. Okay, July for the durian, for example. These are the seasons. Okay, not because, I'm a good person, therefore the durian, will be ripening in July, not because of so, but because of the season, yeah? So the degree of the heat of the sun, how windy, how cold, raining or not raining, yeah, it's the seasons. Sudata, I can pass this slide to you later on. Okay, yeah. So the second is the bija niyama, the constraint of seeds or germs. Yeah, seed producing its own kind, as barley seed produce barley, durian seed produce durian, right? So it will not, durian will produce barley, it will not. Okay, so it's something in the DNA of the seed, right? And the third one is the kamma niyama, the constraint of the karma that is related to the actions. Yeah, of course, the actions with the intention. So good actions, yeah, produce good results. Bad actions produce bad results. This is what is related to our topic for today, the karma. Yeah. So this constraint is said to be optimized, can be, sorry, not optimized, epitomized by Dhammapada verse 127. Yeah, which the consequences of actions are inescapable. But this is something which we can discuss, because it looks like this line in Dhammapada verse 127, it sounds like you cannot escape. Once you've done something, you cannot escape. Is it true? It has to produce vipaka. Is it true? We will cover this in detail in the next session when we talk about the fruits, the vipaka.
No, I think we can dilute the karma.
Yeah, there are many things we say dilute, but one important aspect is could be the last slide of the day, which we will discuss afterwards. Yeah, but more detail will be in the next session. So kamma niyama is very much related to the normal, discussion about the karma and the actions and the vipaka, right? That means good deeds will produce good results. We experience good results, and the other way around will be bad actions. We will experience the bad results. Number 4, the chitta niyama, the constraint of the mind. So the order of the process of mind activities preceding thought moment, causing and conditioning. The succeeding one in cause and effect relations sounds very difficult to understand. Yeah? So it's something to do with the working of the mind. Okay, one after another. Okay, and this is again, it's very abhidhammic, very abhidhamma. Right. Another explanation is like, when the working of the mind is very strong, that especially when you attend the jhanas, your mind was so strong that it can be manifested in the physical realm. Like you can read people's mind. You have the ability to read people's mind. Oh, there's a story. I think some of you did not watch. No, I didn't forward the animated story. It'll be later on. Don't worry, I can share the link. That there was a lay devotee during the Buddha's time. She can read people's mind and the monk's minds. So if the monk is sick, the monk is looking for, porridge for the next day. And immediately she will prepare the porridge for the next day. It's people's mind. A lay person who practice meditation, who have a ability of the mind to do a certain, what do you call that? Magic. Yeah, powerful mind. And the 5th one, Dhamma niyama, constraints of the Dhammas, is like, earthquake, when the Bodhisattvas was in the conception. Yeah, so this is called Dhamma niyama, a phenomena, special phenomena. Okay, so there are 5 niyamas as explained in the Abhidhamma. Not only the working of the karma, that the law, the only law that working in the universe, but there's also other laws. The laws of the seed, the law of the seasons, the law of the mind, and certain special phenomena also exist, not only the karma.
Now understand a little bit.
Okay. All right. If you have any question, you can turn on your mic and we can discuss. Yeah. So I give almost, I think, half an hour of discussion about the difference of Nikaya and the commentaries. And something is very important I would like to bring out again. Now, of course, our D.I.G discussion are mainly referring to the Nikaya, which is very important. But do not forget, we may use some commentaries for discussion, but we will mention whether this is in the commentaries or whether this is in the Nikaya. Okay. Next slide. We know that through the discussion in the sutta, the karma, meaning action with intention, right? An action with an intention or volitional actions is karma. We already discussed in the sutta last session. But I also pointed out one very important thing is this volition and the actions that we do, which included in this word karma, will have the significance if discussed about morality. Right? There is a moral value behind this intention. And there's also a moral aspect of this action. Without discussing about this morality, I think we will kind of like distorted the Buddha's teaching by just talking about causality. Yeah, the moral value is there. Okay, without moral value, is there any meaning that you have a certain action with a certain intention? The significance is not there. Yeah, but the good thoughts, the bad thoughts, good action, bad action, and speech will have the value in terms of karma if this element of morality is there. Right? So this is important, yeah? Morality. When you talk about karma, which is volitional actions. Okay? So that is what we discussed last week. Okay, just warm up the session, yeah? When you turn on the switch, you come to the room is dark. You turn on the switch. Is there any karma? Yes. The room is dark. You come to the room.
Yes. You might accidentally step on something like insects.
No, you just talk about the switch itself. You turn on the switch. Yes. Is there any karma?
If it's a power switch, then no lighting come out. If it's a light switch, then yes, the light will come on.
Depending on the switches, you're saying that physical switches.
Yeah, because there's 2 types of switch in the room. The light or the other power switches like the aircon switches lah. Depending on what type of switches. Then that means what will come out.
It means if I turn on the aircon switch, there's no karma.
No, then the aircon will be on. That is the karma.
Okay. All right, thank you. What about the other participants on the line? Sister Nguyen? Sister Tang, you are mute.
Yeah, I'm mute. Yeah. No, I'm just thinking maybe the switch is not what is the intention is also involving? the morality. So it's not like it's I don't know. I will say karma here. Am I looking at it? It's in terms of morality? I'm a bit
Okay,
confused.
so you're saying that there is an intention there, right, to turn on a switch, but you
Yeah.
doubt that is there any morality involved in the switch, in turning on the switch, the action itself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Good question. Good question. Yeah. Thank you.
Sister, as for me, I'm Yo here. As for
Yes.
me, I think it's the action. The switch is the action.
The switch is an action. Okay.
Yes.
So is it karma?
Not yet, because we don't know it's intentional or is a non-intention one. So, but for me it's like a action but we haven't finalized whether it's a moral action or immoral action.
Okay. Yeah. What about the others? Kamanta?
Sister Yong,
Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Sugata has something to say.
if you don't mind.
Yes. No problem.
The switch is an object, isn't it? How can you
Talking about the action of turning on the light.
action?
Yes. Is it karma?
I don't think so.
Okay. Sister Sugata says she doesn't think so. So what about Sister Kamanta?
Hi, Sister Yong. Yeah, thank you. What Sister M.Y. Tang, you further enhance the question. Yeah, whether is the electric chair it's in the prison or the one that you are using for massage one, it's different. Yeah. So I was just leading myself to think that if the switch that kill, then you will generate karma. That's bad, of course.
Sorry again.
If let's say I have the intention to kill and with the switch, of course that is generating a bad karma. Because I think when Sister Yong, you put in a switch, turn on a switch, it doesn't tell exactly what was involving, you see. So I think then we link back to what is our intention when we switch on a switch, so-called a switch. What is that switch about? That will lead to the intention and action and the result.
Okay. Can you give an example? What is a bad turning on switch and a good turning on switch?
So I guess it's like, let's say someone who is taking care of the criminals in the prison. Of course, if the person is in charge to switch on the electrocuted chair, of course that will turn on karma because his job involving in civiling indirectly or directly already because he switched on that switch, right? So versus like if you're talking about now, if your switch is just to turn on a light, is to turn on the aircon for cooling. So does that involve any karma? I think not really a bad karma. Maybe just merely an action. Yeah. That's what I thought lah.
Okay, thank you.
Please help to enlighten.
Enlighten when you turn on the switch. Okay, what about other members? Anyone would like to share?
Suchen here. Maybe
Yes,
I'd like
yeah.
to put my input. I think intention, there are three types, wholesome, unwholesome, and neutral. So if we just want to switch on a light, so we just press on the switch, it is an intentional action and it will result in a consequence. So it has vipaka. But because the intention is neutral, it will also generate a neutral result, which does not bring unwholesome or wholesome in terms of morality. In terms of morality consequence, it will be neutral consequence rather than consequence with moral or immoral consequences. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Suchen. Anyone else? No one else? You can raise your hand. Okay. Yeah.
Sister, I like to sorry, I like to carry on.
Yes. Sister Yong.
Yeah, just now I was saying that the switch on is the action. So I agree with the previous speaker and Sister Suchen also that when you switch on, let's say in darkness, you switch on the switch, right? So it gives brightness. So it's a good, wholesome act, right? But in the other way, if on the other hand, if in a prison, for the electrical chair to kill the person, to electrical shock the person, that means that is a bad intention and that consequence bad karma. Thank you. Please advise if I'm wrong. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you, Sister Yo. What Kamanta mentioned just now, the executor, when he switch on the electrical chair, to what Kamanta say that, it is his duty, to switch on, to turn on the switch for the electrical chair. Not because his intention is our hatred, or revenge that he wanted to kill the person, but it's his duty to turn on the switch. So it's not such a bad karma. This is what Sister Kamata mentioned, yeah? Okay.
Oh, yes, I agree. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I bring out this is like, any actions that we do, we turn on the switch. So I had just one simple question. Is there any intention or not? Is there any intention that when I turn on the switch? Everyone agreed that is the intention, right?
Yes.
So when there's an intention in the explanation of the karma, it could be a wholesome or unwholesome one, right? There's a morality. But turning on the switch may not have any specific morality there. It's just that convenient. I want to see things clearly. I turn on the switch. Or could be bad intention, I'm a thief. I turn on the switch, I can see the things clearly, I can take things away. That is bad intention, isn't it? Or I want to scare somebody, someone is a rogue, and suddenly I came in quietly, I turn on the switch to scare the person for fun. That is not a good intention.
So the important is the intention. No?
Yes. So every single action, is there any intention? Can we consider, is there any actions without intention?
No. All the actions.
Huh? All actions is intention. That means all actions will have karma.
No. Sorry. Can I speak?
Yes, Mr. Yong.
Yeah, for me, if there's no intention, it won't create any karma. Like something like that. When we go for a walk on the padang, right? There's a lot of small unseen beings. So if we unintentionally step on the ants or anything, it won't create karma. But however, if we saw that is the ant or the cockroach on the floor, we purposely step it, that will create a bad karma. So please advise. Thank you.
Okay. Every actions that we do will have intention, right?
What about
Actions that we do, yeah.
handicapped child? Let's say he doesn't know. He just play on the switch and suddenly it hurts someone.
Okay.
Is there any action?
Okay. There's one Sister Sudata in this meeting room. She brought out a question which we also briefly discussed last week. Yeah. So a child, without knowing that the fire is dangerous. So this child went and touched the fire and he got burned. So the question is there any karma involved? Yeah. Similarly, there's a question, a quick one, because our topic today is on another essence of the karma. Of course, certain actions you may not have the intention. You may not have the intention to kill the ant, but the ant was killed. But this is not karma. It's not your karma. Your intention is to walk, to walk in a park, not to kill the ants. So killing the ants itself, yes, something has happened, but it is not your intention to kill the ants. Your intention is to walk in the park. So your action is to walk in the park. Similarly, the child is not to hurt himself, right, by touching the fire, but out of ignorance, he touched the fire and he got burned. That will happen. You get a point? Yeah. Okay. So actions, you may not have the intention of certain action, but somehow you're affected. So sometimes, in a court, this person was charged with what do you call that? I can't remember the word used in the law, but we call it negligence, right? You drive negligently and you hit someone. It's not your intention to hit the person, yeah, but the person was hit. So, and he was wounded. So we still have to be somehow be responsible, yeah, in our day-to-day activities. So that it's not my intention to hurt another person, but I have to be careful so that I'm not negligence. Okay? No karma involved because you do not have the intention to hurt yourself or to hurt others. So we all agree that every actions of ours have the intention. But sometimes the intention, the moral value of the intention was very strong. You can see very clearly. This is wholesome and that is not wholesome. You can see very clearly. But sometimes not so clear. Right? Sometimes it's not very strongly on the good side or the bad side. I just want to turn on for convenience. Yeah, without the light, with the light it's okay, but I think turns on the light is better. I turn on the light. So the impact of the moral value there is not that strong. And Sujan say it is neutral. Now, I'm not sure whether this word neutral karma, I'm not sure whether it appears in Nikaya or not. If you are free, you can try to find out. But so far, the sutta on the karma that I saw is either, the black karma, the white karma. The black means that the unwholesome karma, that is the not virtuous one. And then the wholesome karma, this is the virtuous one. These two types. Is there any more types? Black and white? Is there anything? Yes, Sister Yong?
Sorry, can I cut you at this point?
Yes.
Just you are saying that, okay, like we are walking in a park, right? So we have to walk. So unintentionally we step the ant. So that one is not intention, right? But the ants who die, is it his or her karma? Can we say that? She has to pay back.
Okay, it's a bit complicated. Yeah. So the karma and the vipaka, when it comes into a place and manifested, sometimes I would say that it's very difficult to explain unless you have psychic that you can read to, just like what the Buddha experienced during his enlightenment. He can see why beings die and reborn in another plane, for example. And he do this and then he gets that. So the Buddha is very clearly the enlightened person, an Arahant, for example. Yeah, they will understand clearly, whether it is the ants karma or not to die when being stabbed. I can't answer on that. All right, but the teaching of the karma is very clearly stated. Yeah, the good actions, good results. Bad actions, bad result. That's all. But the working of the karma may not be that easy to explain how it works. That is why the commentaries in the Abhidhamma have a lot of discussion on this working of karma. Yeah, trying to explain in details. But for me, it's not easy. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So just turn on the switch itself. There's so much discussion already. What more, going to toilet?
Yong, sorry, can
Yes.
I just
Yes,
add
Sujan.
on? Just turning on the switch, it will generate a result. The result is the electricity current is connected, then maybe the light is on. So I guess that is not the law of karma, but law of physical. The first one, Uttu Niyama.
Yes.
Uttu Niyama. So it does not involve moral consequence, but it is the law of physics.
Yes, the effect, what Sujan explained just now, is the effect of turning on the switch. Yeah. You turn on the switch, then you see the light, right? That is the effect of electricity, right? Not because of your karma, right? But the intention of turning on the switch is there. That itself is a karma. But it may not be that strongly appear when we turn on the switch in normal days. It does not clearly appear that, oh, this is wholesome, unwholesome. It's just very habitual already, right? You go to the room, you will turn on the switch. So sometimes habitual is also become dangerous, yeah. But even habitual also, there is intention. That is related to the next question that I have. Yeah. When I speak, is there no, maybe I should say, okay. Is there any karma when I speak? So the answer I think is very clear. There is a karma. But what is the preceding of my speech before I talk? Yes, there's intention before I talk. Every single word that I talk, I have an intention. Because I experienced it, so that's why I know. There was one time I was in a very intensive retreat. And then the next day I came out, I'm an MC for an event. Strangely, I feel that every single word come out from my mouth. I plan in my mind, I see it. So we cannot say that, oh, I'm not responsible to what I speak. Or I don't have intention to say this, You have the not have the intention to hurt another person. Yeah, but you have the intention to speak for every single word. We are responsible. So because of that, we have to be very careful, isn't it? Very mindful with everything that we do. There is an intention. Okay. Anyone else want to give any comments? Yeah. Yeah.
Sister Yong, I think you say something very good. It means it's like I have the intention to speak, yes, because maybe I have something behind where I cannot read my intention right. But I really want to convey something in any situations. But sometimes I realize maybe because of certain things, maybe I am hurt. So I speak, right? I don't have the intention to hurt, but somehow hurt. So
yeah.
So where's the karma? Like you say, right? Because the intention is not to hurt the other person, but the intention maybe is to be heard, to be understood, right? But somehow the other parties feel hurt.
Yes.
So it's like, wow, very complicated, like wasting time discussing.
There is one question. I think it was a sutta that we was in the exercise discussed about the 10 wholesome actions. I think we will have a brief discussion about it afterwards, where the 4 of them, in the actions, the 10 actions which is unwholesome, 4 of them are speech. Which we need a lot of training in taking care of our speech. Right? We'll cover about on that later on. Anyone would like to share about what Fanny has mentioned just now?
Sister, sorry, is it that just how she mentioned is what I intend to say is to be heard, H-E-A-R-D, and the other person thought we heard them. Is it? Is this what she means? Because I want to know what is hurt and hurt.
Yes, something like that, sister.
Okay, sister, thank you. Thank you.
Sister Yong, what I see is like because of the self, you want to protect the self. So can I say that whatever we do is to protect the self? So actually a lot of intention, can I just, inverted commas, is out of delusion. So are these all without mindfulness or without training or right speech, right? All these are actually bad karma.
In one of the sutta in the exercise, is the exercise that we're going to cover afterwards. It mentions that what is the causes of the karma? The cause, C-A-U-S-E, what is the causes of the karma? The 3 roots are there. Without these 3 roots, there's no karma. So as long as we are human beings, not enlightened, too bad, there's always karma. No matter what, there will be anger, hatred, there'll be greed. So you want to totally cut off, there will be no more greed, no more hatred, and no more delusions. Okay, then there's no karma. And I get one question just now, right? So there is black karma. There's also white karma. This is mentioned in the sutta, black and white. And the first time I heard of it, it's a bit funny, black and white. There's no in between. There's no in between gray. No gray karma. Either black, white, or mix. It means you are both the black and the white karma. Like normally, this is what we are doing now. we have wholesome intention, we also have unwholesome intention. So our actions also wholesome and unwholesome. So there's a mixed. But because of the mix, what we experience is also mixed. We are happy. Sometimes we are, we are upset. We are not happy. We are both because we are mixed karma. Okay, both the wholesome, unwholesome, giving good and the bad experience. So there are also, the black one, the white one, the mixed one, black and white. And what is the fourth one? Unfortunately, no neutral. The fourth one is neither black nor white. What is that? Neither black nor white.
Neutral.
Huh?
Neither.
It's not neutral. It's not black and it's not white. It's not neutral.
Actions of the noble ones.
Yes, when you do not have any greed, hatred, delusion, those actions that you perform are not black and not white. These are the actions done by the noble ones, the arahants, the Buddha, without leaving any track of karma behind. Okay, special type of karma. But it's not karma anyway. Okay. So I'm not sure whether you watched the video. For those in the room, I think you did not have the slide. So this is a video on I think it's Jataka story about a cow, a past life of the Buddha, a Bodhisattva, who was born as a cow, and he was very strong. He can pull 100 carts, and he told his master to go and bid with the rich merchant that he can pull 100 carts, and there will be a bid of how many coins? 1,000 coins, gold coins, right? If you win, then the master will be rich. But the master, very proudly brought him to bid with the merchant, and then say 1,000 gold coins. And then he starts scolding the cow, do it, stupid, things like that. Scolded the cow. So what happened to the cow? He decided not to move. Okay. And I'm not sure how many of you watched the video. Can you reflect on this did you reflect this in a daily practice? Do you share? Would you like to share your experience? Do you watch your speech? Oh, Fanny is laughing. So anyone would like to share your experience? You can turn on your, Sister Lynn, is it? Anyone would like to share?
Share about
Your speech.
story.
Yeah. How you reflect on the stories?
Yeah, because
Can you speak louder, Visaka?
I didn't watch this link that you sent, but I did tell this story in my kindergarten.
The kindergarten. Okay, can you share? Can you speak louder?
The story is talking about when you talk harsh word, nobody will like it, you see. So if you talk a very polite word, people will try, to respect you and then give you a good result of work. There is what always we say magic work. What is the magic words? Like please, thank you to the children. This is what we say. And then sorry, all these are the magic words. So when this story I told to the children say, when teachers scold me, I don't like. But when teachers talk nicely, you are a good boy, you are a clever boy, you are very, smart boy. Then I will do my work. That is the harsh and the magic word which is we talk in polite, we respect people, then people will do according to what you expect. This is what.
So is it a decision to make for the person to talk badly or to talk nicely? Is it a decision to make? Is it a choice?
Yes. If you everybody, not only children, even we adult also, when you talk maybe intentionally or unintentionally, you raise your voice a bit, so people also will feel unpleasant, isn't it? So when you feel unpleasant, so maybe you do the thing with very, how to say, you know, not willingly to do. You ask me to do, so I'll do. But in my heart, I have some hatred and dislike the work that I'm doing for it. But you talk nicely, can you help me to sister and brother, thank you, sadhu to you, sure people will willingly, happily do for you. This is my understanding. Sharing.
Thank you, Vipaka. Yeah, what about other participants? Anything to share with this story? Is it a good story to share? You would like to share your experience?
Because the story, after he talked nicely to the cow, you're very strong, you're very polite. And then he put the garlands on the cow. Then the cow really pulled the 100 cart for the master, the farmer. And now he won 2,000 somewhat. Because the cow asked the master, did I ever taking care of you? Did I ever talk bad to you? I never do bad thing to you. I always follow what you ask, you request. I never against you. Then the cow, in this story, the cow can talk lah. So the cow asked back to the master, because the master very, very sad and very remorse when he lost the 1,000. So he had to pay back to the merchant people that he back 1,000 gold coin. So he paid already. So he very sad, and then he cannot do work. He sleep. He said, now when the cow saw the master behave like this feeling, so the cow go and talk to him. Did I ever talk back to you? Did I ever never follow your instruction, things like that? Then the master said, no, you always are very good, very strong, do a lot of work. So because this cow say, I want to pay back to you. The cow is the Buddha in the past life. Bodhisattva in the past life. So then the cow say, why don't, since you say that, I forgive you. Then the cow ask him, you go and ask the merchant, this time 2,000, I bet. So then this cow say, I want to pay back the master. Then this time the master changed his style of talking. Very nice, very sayang. You are a good cow, you are very strong cow, and then some dressed him nicely, put a garland on him. So he's very happy. So he do it.
So very strange, huh? Instead of the human teaching the cow, but it's a cow teaching the human.
Yeah, because the cow is the bodhisattva.
Okay. So this is a very interesting story, and the karma, and the vipaka, the result is almost immediate, right? And the cow is giving a very good lessons. Yeah, and then the lesson taught is like the result is immediate. Yeah, immediate. There's no waiting for next life. Yeah, in present life. Yes.
Instead of speaking harsh words to that particular person, we just ignore them. So will there be any karma?
Ignoring the person when someone is very harsh on you, and there's a question from sister here, Sister Sudata. If someone is very harsh on you and you ignore their words, is there any karma involved? Instead of being upset, or taking action, responded to the person's being harsh on you, ignoring the person, is there any karma involved?
No.
Is any one of you would like to contribute? Any karma involved? By ignoring the person.
I think ignoring the person and also not having any unwholesome thoughts about the person, against the person, that will not generate any karma. That means whether it's verbal or whether it's by thoughts, there is no unwholesome deeds at all. So that will not generate any karma.
Do you agree with what Gianna has suggested? Ignoring the person will not generate any karma.
If the person doesn't, you will.
Okay.
You will nothing.
So another suggestion is when there's no ill will, when we ignore the other party, then there's no karma involved. Any suggestion from the floor?
I'm Sinloy here.
Yes,
Um,
Sinloy.
I'm just wondering, sometimes when we ignore, that's only on our part, but it takes two to create also a situation. So the other party might be in the heat of the moment and then see that you're ignoring, then maybe they get more angry, and that's another type of karma that is happening. And then they come and hit you. When they come and hit you, is it because maybe in previous karma we have done wrong to them, then this is our karma, or they are just creating a new karma for themselves? It's a bit complicated, so I don't really understand the clear cut of this.
So the topic on the past karma comes in already, which I was thinking to discuss only in the next session, topic on the fruition. But just take this opportunity to discuss about the past karma and the present karma. No doubt we have past karma, right? There's no doubt. For Buddhists, we believe in past life, present life, and next life. There is past karma. But we are not only affected by our past karma, we are also affected by our present karma. And a lot of time, present karma plays a very important role, more important than the past karma. Because if past karma has a greater weight, then there's no chance for enlightenment already. How many people we killed in our past life? How many people that we hurt in our past life?
But the problem is that we do not know.
Yeah, but more important is this life. Yeah, then there is a hope for enlightenment. Now, there is a very good example given by Bante Hai. Bante Hai, his actual name is what? Bante Dhamma. Yeah, he gave an example. So these two boys were studying for the SPM. Okay, and one is very intelligent boy. The other one is only average. But the intelligent boy, he didn't study much, then he can score very good. Yeah. But when they sit for exam, so the average boy wanted to score. So he studied very, very hard, burn the midnight oils, and looking through a lot of this past year question, and he tried his best. And the other intelligent boy did not study at all. No need to study, he said, right? So when they set for exam, maybe who will get a better result, isn't it? The one who studied well. And of course, the one who's average, studied well, must also have conditions. He has the right teachers, he has the right books that help him, right information, and then his technique that he tried, he referred to his teacher. Every comes into good condition for him to sit for the exam, then he can fly. Yeah, he can score good results. But compared with the other person, born intelligence, right? Very bright boy. But if he didn't prepare well for his exam, he'll not get good results. So our past life did come into the impact of our present life, doesn't it? Either you're intelligent, or you're average, or you're slow. But this life, our effort that we put in, also play a very important role. Okay, so the past and the present are moving on, together. And to me, present life effort is more important. You can change from a poor family, one poor, no money. You strive hard, you can earn the money. Yeah, you're not intelligent, but you put in a lot of effort, you will get it. Okay. So let's move on to the next story. Someone want to say something?
Yeah.
Yo.
Sister Ariya.
Yes.
Just now Sister Sinloy was saying that the what is that I want to say? Yeah, the karma, right? When the hurtful words was blood into you, then she was saying that keep quiet. Then maybe I also thinking like sisters-in-law that, oh, maybe it's a past karma, we accept it. That means we just keep quiet, become neutral. So that the act of our neutrality without acting on the karma, that bad karma on us, so we remain neutral. That means we shouldn't do that way, you mean? Or is
Okay.
it's a karma?
Okay. Haven't come to the answer yet. We have to be a bit careful with the word neutral because I'm not sure whether there's such thing called neutral karma or not. Okay, I KIV first. Neutral.
Okay.
Yeah. But one important point that you brought up is how we respond to an event which have happened to us. It could be past karma happened to us, say this person have cancer or this person met an accident. It could be past karma, right?
Yes.
But how we respond to this phenomena or event that happened to us is very important. If we face this kind of, events, very bad events that happen to us, if we respond it with anger, with greed, whatever reasons, grief, sadness, or even escape, run away, right? Committing suicide is bad action, bad karma. How we respond to it now at present is very important. Now, if you respond to it by not, like this person is scolding me, but I see him opening his mouth, but I don't know what he's saying, blah, 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 I take it as he's just speaking something, but not scolding me. Or this one is nobody, I'm nobody. He is nobody. No one is saying anything. It's only all phenomena, rising and falling. That means I'm not responding in the way of hatred or fear, negativity. Then I'm not generating bad karma. But if I can take a more advanced approach, reading loving kindness to the other person, instead of upset, I wish him well, I wish him happy, then I'm doing a good karma. So how I respond is important. Even ignoring the person, ignoring could be an act of escaping, because I know if I start to involve, I'm going to be in trouble. So I escape by ignoring, by being numb. I didn't hear anything, He's not existing at all. It could be an escape, So we have to be careful with what is in our mind. Okay, I know a person who shared with us. His wife passed away. I think at the time when we met and discussed, he said probably 15 years the wife has passed away. He's living like he has no spirit. Walk in, walk out, go to work because he has children. He has to work to earn enough for his children. So go to work, but he don't know what he's doing. It's like in Chinese you say what? I cannot explain what is it. Like you have no more thinking, you just do what you need to do. No more life. So is it bad karma or good karma? It's definitely not good karma. It's a kind of escape, not facing the reality. Okay? So
thank you. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. I hope that will close the discussion about whether ignoring is good or bad. So the second the animation story that I share with you is about this one lady, right? The river girl, right? The Buddha asked him, what is one? Do you know? Don't you know? Right? So this It's interesting story. It's one of my favorite story. Yeah. So what do you think about this story? Is it very difficult to understand? And even he became, I think, Sukapana, right? But still, he died. Yeah. She was killed by, what do you call that? A kneading machine, yeah? Immediately after his attainment. He went to the Buddha, and then the Buddha was giving a talk, and then the Buddha knows that, this is the time that for this lady before he died. So he gave him a very good lesson, Dhamma talk. And then he went home, and then he was killed. So the question is, yeah. Sister Sudhata?
Reckoning karma, is it?
Reckoning of karma that she has to die. Okay. Anyone would like to share your feelings, your understanding about this story?
Sister Yong,
Yes,
maybe
Fanny.
I haven't got that kind of wisdom. So to me, I would like, I know lah. I know someone's death doesn't mean not good, okay? But I'm a human being that I'm not there yet. So what I learned from the story is don't judge lah, from my limited wisdom or from my knowledge, So we tend to judge, so short life, this guy. But we do not know what is behind. Just like this lady, she died after listening to the Dhamma talk. So people will say, let's say we all normal people, don't believe Buddhism. I have people don't be vegetarian because who are vegetarian, the son all passed away. So I feel sad. I feel sad because I'm not her.
Okay.
I'm not her. It's like if I die like that, I think I'll be very happy because I already got the understanding. But
Okay.
I'm not. So I feel like how can I free of this kind of judgment? It's like see from this limited wisdom eyes on me, I already start judging. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you, Fanny. A very fair comment. Yeah. Don't judge because people die in an accident or being killed. It's bad karma, very bad. How come an enlightened person died in such a way? And think about who? Moggallana. Right? He was killed. People throw stones, right? And stab him, right? He was all wounded, bleeding. And he crawled to the Buddha. He crawled to see the Buddha for the last time. Okay. And remember Angulimala? The other way around. He killed so many people. But he got enlightened. Not fair in that sense. But this is how karma works, You have to make it no karma. Then there's really no more karma, right? Without any, what do you call that? Greed, hatred, and delusion, you can make it. You can, yeah. Okay, let's move on. What's the time now? Sorry, I have to see my clock.
3:15.
Okay, we have another 45 minutes. Okay, the next one. Sutta on the causes of karma. 3.34. Knowing the causes of karma and their ends. Yeah. What are your conclusions about doctrine of karma? 3.34. Let me open the sutta. Yeah. Is it here?
Sister Yong.
Yes.
I want to ask because from the first part of the sutta, it says 3 causes for the origination of karma is greed, hatred, delusion, right?
Yes.
Then it causes bad karma, right? It says so, right? The 6 are there. So then the second part, it says 3 other causes for the origination of karma when there's non-greed, non-hatred, no delusion. No more subject to future arising. But isn't it there's, like you say, black and white karma? So what is it actually referring to? Is it referring to like, because at the end of the sessions, right, it's saying like, should abandon all bad destination. So if it is referring to bad destination, then is this non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion? And when they say, no more subject to future arising, the future arising means bad destinations or what? Because you have white karma also, what?
No future arising means no more next life, no more rebirth. Yeah. So the person who has, I think you're talking about which paragraph?
The second part lah. So you means it's like no more rebirth lah.
Right? This one, right? I think for those who did not go to the this sutta, yeah, so just bear with me. Here's a few others just join the class. Okay, this sutta, Anguttara Nikaya 3.34. So the Buddha says there are three causes for the origination of karma, which is important, isn't it? We want to know what are the causes and the origin of the karma. So I think someone's microphone, can you off it? Your sister, Yo, can you turn?
Sorry. Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
No problem. No bad karma. So there are three causes of karma to happen. Yeah, greed is a cause. Hatred is a cause. Delusion is a cause. Do you agree? Any actions that we do will have these three elements, these three causes. Do you agree?
Yes.
Agree, yeah? Don't you anytime that you have good intention, then no greed?
Yeah, intention.
But you may not have greed, but you may have delusion.
I think
So
I
it's
got it now, Sister Yong.
Sorry?
But the delusion is always there. Yeah, that's why there's no future because there's always the delusion there. They might have good intention without greed, right? But the delusion is always there. That's why we are not subject to like she's still subject to future.
So the delusion, especially on the delusion of I do this good, for my own future birth, or my own parents' future birth. Yeah. So the ego, the attachment to I is still there. Okay. So how great if you can really let go of this ego, then there's no more karma. What the second part of this sutta says. Non-greed, non-hatred, no delusion. That means there's no origin of karma anymore. Okay, totally no origin of karma anymore. That is what we are looking for. Yeah. So first three part, yeah. To greed, born or caused by greed, originate, it will be ripened whenever the individual is reborn. So karma is always with us, as long as we have greed. Yeah. So, and this second part of each paragraph is also important. Whatever, wherever that the karma ripens, it will be experienced, will result this life, next life, subsequent life. Okay, so sometimes it ripens this life. Sometimes don't be happy, don't be too happy. Somebody thinks it didn't happen, something bad to me, but let's see what will happen next life. But unfortunately, I've forgotten about it, what I did in my past life. And according to Bhikkhu Bodhi, I can't remember where I read it, but Bhikkhu Bodhi mentioned, I'm not sure whether this is true or not. For those that will ripens in the subsequent life, it's even more serious. So you hope that you ripen this life. Yes.
Not next one. There's nothing fair.
So Sister Sudata said, it's not fair. He said, it will be better in whatever that we do to be experienced in this life, the results. Otherwise, whatever the experience is from past life is not fair because we've forgotten about it. This is her comment, all right? Her experience. I know what she's saying.
But when your condition is right, when you are born in a rich family, you never say it is not fair. I've also forgotten what good you have done. Sometimes I ask myself, why me? When good condition also, you must ask, why me?
I think in another sutta, I'm not sure, I think in another sutta, it was mentioned, I think this sutta is right. It's just like a seed, Just wait for the right condition. So if you do it the right way, you have the right intention, very good intention. If you want this vipaka, this result to be experienced now and this life, then you better give good soil and good environment, isn't it? Oxygen, water, these are all your teachers, your kayana mita, isn't it? Oh, campo, make it a good condition for the seed to grow. How wonderful if it can be ripened this life, especially enlightenment. Right teacher, right teachings, the right practice, you will not go wrong. You will get it this life. Yeah. So any karma, similarly, through hatred, yeah, born of hatred, caused by hatred, originated by hatred, whatever it is, yeah, it ripens, you experience a result, this life, next life, or subsequent life. Okay, similarly for delusion, which is so deep, yeah, rooted in our life, yeah, in every single thought of us. So there is this simile given by the Buddha, just like the seeds, okay, intact, unspoiled, not damaged by wind, is there. Then it will grow, yeah, it will grow and become a tree with a proper rain, yeah, it will grow, increase, and mature. So this also gives us some hints, right? You do want the bad karma to ripen, the vipaka to be experienced, what will you do? Take away the condition for it to happen. Be diligent. Yeah. You purify your thoughts, your actions. Even if the bad result is coming to you, it may not be that serious, hopefully. But more important is your response. You could be crying if you're not practicing like before. But because of a diligence in cultivating, a stable mind, a calm mind, even if the person, your loved one, die in front of you, you can take it. Not only you can take it, you can even, help the person who is dying, your loved one, right? Give this person the directions, and you help this person to do dana, even he's bedridden. You say, okay, I'm doing this dana for you. Yeah. And even if you help this person to offer or to do charity with his or her own hand, you're helping this person, isn't it? Instead of being ignorant, to know what to do when your loved one is very sick. Yeah. And even if your loved one passes away, you do charity with their needs and share the merits with them. Okay? Instead of crying, to know what to do, or running away, escape, or commit suicide. Recently there's a lot of suicidal cases. I'm not sure whether you're aware. Now Hong Kong, I read from the news. Every year there's 1,000 cases suicidal. That means every day there'll be, I think, about 3 persons suicidal. And last week I read the news. There was one singer, Irish singer, O'Connor. She died without mentioning how she died, but I suspected she committed suicide. A year before, 2022, his 17 years old son committed. Yeah. So when something bad happened to this person, he may react it by doing the same thing, hurting himself or herself. So how to respond is, as I said, is important. Yeah. Not only hoping nothing bad will happen to me, but even if bad things happen to me, I'm in a good, state to respond. Not running away, not fighting, not anger, but with compassion, with understanding. Yeah. So this sutta also mentioned, there are 3 kinds of causes of the original karma. Okay. Any karma with no greed, yeah, born of non-greed, caused by non-greed, original by non-greed, is abandoned when greed is managed, cut off at the root. Okay, there's no more subject to future arising. Similarly, the karma, when there's no hatred, okay, non-delusion, totally cut off. Basically, when you cut off, there's no karma. Okay, just like the seeds, yeah, intact, unspoiled, not damaged, well preserved. You burn them in the fire, reduce them to ashes, and blow them out in a strong wind. Will this seed grow again? Huh? No more, right? No more seed, right? It's a good seed, but you burn them in the fire. It will not grow anymore. Totally cut off. No more chance for it to grow. Huh? So any karma that's fashioned to non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion, okay, is abandoned with all this great hatred and delusion, just like cutting off the root. Yeah. So this is only happen to an enlightened person when there's no greed, hatred, and delusion. So Fanny, I hope that answered your question about second part.
Because when you say non-greed, how can it be no? It's like no arising because of the self is still there. So it means the delusion is very important. Yeah, okay.
Three, of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. So okay, that is on the sutta on 3.34 and the causes of the karma. And their ends, the ends of the karma, which is more important. Okay. Sutta on Saliyaka, Majjhima Nikaya 41. Let me see whether I open it. Sorry, I didn't open it. Okay, this sutta, yeah, it's on Majjhima Nikaya 41, the Brahmins of Sala. So just a very quick summary, yeah. So this Brahmin, Sara, he came to the Buddha, right? And he says something, yeah. He paid homage, and he asked the Buddha, what is the cause and condition? Why some beings here, on the dissolution of the body after death, reappear in the states of deprivation, unhappy destination, and in hell? Okay, and the others, okay, what's the cause and condition? Why some beings here, when die, in a happy destination? So what are the causes? And the Buddha explained, yeah, about the 10 actions. Okay, I have a summary of the actions. Okay, 10 righteous actions by abandoning. So if you do these 10 actions, then it will be bad destination. And if you do 10 good actions by abandoning these 10 unwholesome actions, there will be good rebirth. Okay, and can be also liberation by performing these 10 wholesome actions. Yeah. So the question is, the question I posted, yeah. What kind of wrong view mentioned in highlighted paragraph in page 2? And the opposite one is in page 3, yeah? Mention the right view. So the first one is a wrong view. So my question is, what kind of wrong view is that? Highlighted. There's nothing given. This is wrong view. Out of the 10 actions, the last one is wrong view. There's nothing given, nothing offered, nothing sacrificed. What do you mean this? No fruit of good and bad actions. Anyone would like to try? The first two lines. Nothing given, nothing offered, nothing sacrificed. No fruit or result of good and bad action. What kind of wrong view is that? Anyone would like to have a try?
I think the one no fruit or result of good and bad actions, the one is karma, right? The wrong view on not believing in karma.
Yes, no Kamma Vipaka.
But
That's
the
not,
one nothing given, nothing offer, nothing surrender, the one I don't understand. I don't understand.
it means that, doesn't believe in charity, because charity is giving. They don't believe in giving. They don't believe in offering. Yeah, servicing others. Sacrificing is like sacrifice your time, sacrifice your material wealth, for others. Doesn't believe in fruits of good actions or bad actions. Basically, it doesn't believe in karma. Okay? No question, yeah? Okay, yeah? So, know this word, no other word, no mother, no father, no beings born spontaneously. What does it mean? No this word, no other word, no mother, no father, no beings were reborn spontaneously. What does it mean? No father means that you are not born from father and mother lah. No born spontaneously, like Buddhist belief, right? Sometimes certain beings, they are born spontaneously, just like the Deva. So what does it mean? Any suggestion from the floor? Would you like to have a try? Or no clue at all?
Is it about not believing in rebirth or how to say it? Something like that. I don't know. I don't understand also, but I just get no beings who are born spontaneous, all these maybe rebirth.
Anyone? Gianna, you want to try?
No, this one, no other word. Does it mean that this person, the view is that there is no next world, there's no other world, as in there's no like other realms like the hell or whatever, or the animal world. Could it be referring to that?
Yes. So this is a belief of nihilism. Yeah. I died, then nothing else. Okay? Nothing else.
Non-existence?
Sorry?
Is it non-existence?
You believe in only this existence.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this life only. No more next life. I died, then empty, nothing at all. Nothing left. Yeah, I will not go to heaven. I wouldn't go to hell. There's no other world system. Only this earth. I'm living in this place where, we are living beings, yes. But when we die, then nothing left. Okay. So this is wrong view. Do not believe in karma. Okay, there's a question by Sister Sudatta. Does Buddhist believe in reincarnation? Believe in reincarnation. So the question, I correct the question a bit. So the question given is that, is Buddhism the only religion that believe in reincarnation? Anyone would like to have a try?
Hinduism also.
Okay, Sister Lassen said, oh, Hinduism also. There's a reincarnation. Would you like to try?
So I got a question. Whether reincarnation and rebirth doesn't means the same here? Because somebody say different.
So we have to be very careful. We agree with you, Sister Fanny. We have to be very careful with the word that we use. Yeah. So we have to look into the dictionary. What is the definition of reincarnation or rebirth? Now, the Hinduism reincarnation is quite different from rebirth. Yeah, the god, the god Brahma reincarnate into becoming Lord Krishna, and the other lords, they are reincarnation of the Brahma. So this is their belief in reincarnation. So Buddhists, we have different thoughts because we do not have this the great Brahma concept. We don't believe in that. But we believe that every beings, as long as they are not enlightened, they will be, when they die, they will be reborn somewhere else. We call it rebirth. We don't call it reincarnation. Okay, there's one. Like just now I mentioned about the word neutral karma. As I said, it's good for us to find out from the sutta. It may be there, neutral karma. But those that I've read is black and white, mixed, and not black and not white. Yeah. So what do you call that? The Buddhists, we believe in rebirth. And about rebirth, this is not only the only religion that believe in rebirth, but they may have a different interpretation. Like Hinduism, the concept of rebirth is quite different. Same with the Jain, the Jain, the Jains, they believe, but their concept about rebirth is also very different. So the Buddhists have a different interpretation about the rebirth. Like, very likely other region, they have this concept of soul will take place in rebirth, but it is not the case in Buddhism. Yeah. Okay. So what's the actual question raised just now? I hope I answered your question. Yeah. Okay. Buddhism is not the only religion that believe in rebirth. Okay.
Sister Yong, I want to ask you, the soul, now you're talking about the soul. Actually, in Buddhism, we don't have soul. Actually, what is a soul? What do you mean by soul in other, the real meaning of soul?
Okay, some monotheistic religion, okay, believe that there is a creator God, and the human beings are created, by the creator. So the life of the human being, belongs to the creator. And when this human being died, there is an eternal soul of this person who died, will be received by the creator if this human being do everything as the creator God wished. Okay, there's a soul, and this soul will be meeting up with this creator God if he does good things. That means meeting in heaven. If it's not, the soul will have to meet punishment in hell after this human being died. So the soul is eternal, forever. If it fell to the hell, it'll be forever. If it's born in heaven, it'll be forever. So Buddhists do not agree with this theory. Yeah, depending on the karma, we will go to the heaven or go to the hell. And there's no creator. It's not a punishment if we go to hell. It's not punishment, but it's just that it's a result that we have to experience if we do bad. Okay. Similarly, it's not because of creator God, then we go to heaven, but because of good actions, we receive, we experience the good results in the heaven. Right? So that is the difference. So there's no concept of soul in Buddhism. Just like when you turn on the switch, again, I turn it on the switch. So the current will flow through the wire, right? And then there will be an effect on the bulb. The lights will turn on. But there's no soul there, right? In the wire. Electricity, if you study some physics, there is only proton and electron moving around. But proton and electron is not soul, right? And it's not something permanent in physics. You can't even find proton and electron stay on one place. You cannot. It's only a phenomena. Electron and proton and even neutron is only a phenomena which you may be able to capture one time, but the next time it's not there anymore. Right? So in Buddhist theory of rebirth, there's no one reborn, but it's only phenomena. We know there's a process of rebirth, but there's no one there. Yeah, Sister Yo, right?
Thank you for your kind explanation. Thank you.
Okay. So this is wrong view, according to this sister. And this wrong view is part of the, hold on, these 10 wholesome action, yeah? Wrong views. Okay. So the actions can be by body, killing, stealing, misconduct in sexual pleasures. 3 of them are bodily actions, right? And 4 are speech. 4 speech, which we tell lies, right? In the sutta, it mentioned very clearly. Now people ask you, is she there or is he there? Oh, he's not there, but you know that he's there. So this was speech.
Yeah, but at times you want to have that person.
But this is false speech. Do you know what happened? You know what happened, but you don't want to tell. You say, no, I don't know what happened. That means you're not telling the truth. Okay? Malicious speech. Speak something like very romantic lah. Hey, you looks pretty, right? And harsh speech, scolding very harshly. Gossiping. What happened? Nothing. What you know? I don't know. Everything also you don't know. But when you talk about something something very interesting to you, wow, you talk a lot. And gossiping is wrong action, As bad as harsh speech and malicious speech and false speech. Why? Due to time, I can't discuss too long, but I would like to give one interesting story, a short one. If you read Mahaparinibbana Sutta, the king Ajatasattu wanted to raise a war to the Vajas, the Richavis. It's another state. The king Ajatasattu is from Magadha. He wanted to conquer another state, which is a republic, republic of the Vajans, right? And well, in the sutta, the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, the Buddha said there are 7 conditions which the Vajans are observing now. If they observe these conditions, they will be united. There's no chance for the king Ajatasattu to win. So what happened is that triggered Ajatasattu to have a different thought. Yeah. So they make up a conspiracy, we call it, conspiracy. So he purposely chased his ministers away, but it is playing a fool, saying that no, you didn't obey my instruction, so chase this minister away. Now this minister went to the Richavis, and he was well accepted by the Richavis because he was chased away from Magadha. He was well accepted in Richavis, and he started a gossip. Hey, I tell you, come, there's this, there's rice in the paddy field. You'll be saying that this is something very common, isn't it? But I say quietly, So others, what do you think? Suspicious already. Right? So he started to do this to all the princes and the ministers. So everyone started to be suspicious of each other. And that divides them. And because of that, when the armies came from Magadha, they won. Because they are not united. Just gossiping only. So you can see the power of gossip. So do not. Okay. Come back to the sutta, yeah, the question, yeah. Read the last few paragraphs on the sutta, Majjhima Nikaya 41, 3 and 4. They were saying, right? If householders, one who observe conduct in accordance with the Dhamma, there's a few paragraphs. Are the conditions stipulated, the last line, spell out the complete path needed for rebirth and reparation. Sorry, I have to go back to the sutta. So the question is, are they enough condition to complete the path as needed for rebirth and reparation? Because the last paragraph, 3 and 4, I think, which is, I find it interesting. I say here, if householders, one who observe conduct in accordance with the Dhamma, righteous conduct should wish, oh, that on the dissolution of the body after death, I might reappear in the company of well-to-do nobles. It is possible that on the dissolution of the body after death, he will reappear, yeah, in the company of the well-to-do nobles. Why is that? Because he observed the conduct in accordance with the Dhamma, righteous conduct. So we observe these 10 good conducts. You can be reborn in you have a good rebirth. Similarly, yeah, if you wish that, I might reappear in the company of well-to-do Brahmins, again, rebirth in the human being world, right? In the human world, well-to-do Brahmins, you can. Why? Because you have observed the 10 wholesome actions. Okay? And the next page, you can choose which heaven that you want to go on. Either in the gods of the radiance, the gods of limited radiance, so many levels of the heavens that you can choose. Why? Because you observe the conduct in accordance with Dhamma, righteous conduct. So my question is, all these few paragraphs, by just observing or practicing the 10 wholesome actions, is it complete conditions to be reborn in this world? As mentioned here, is it good enough? According to Sutta, yes. Some of our participants in this room say. So what do you think? Is it enough? If you think that this is not enough, you can share.
What was the question?
The question is, are the conditions stipulated or spelled out in the sutta, is the complete path needed for good rebirth and reparation? No, the other one is, I think, is liberation, right? So by just observing the 10 wholesome actions, you can lead to liberation. Yeah, this is the second one.
Yes,
okay. This is the last paragraph, because some did not read the sutta. Sorry, I have to read this. Householder, if you observe conduct in accordance with Dhamma, righteous conduct, should wish that by realizing for myself with direct knowledge, I might here and now enter upon and abide in deliverance of mind and deliverance by wisdom that are tenors with the destruction of tax. That means liberated already. Okay, now, if I do these 10 good deeds, I can be liberated. So my question is it good enough by just practicing the 10 wholesome actions?
Is it good enough? But here says can liberate already. So enough if you do it like perfect.
We take the sutta completely.
No, if you perfect it, I mean.
Be careful. Be careful. Now, if you want to, if you rebirth in those, because in Buddhist, we believe that there are 3 categories of realms, 3 categories. The lowest one is on sensual pleasure, right? Like human beings, we live on sensual pleasure. And certain levels of the heavens also live in sensual pleasures. That's the first category. There's another category, a higher realms. The living beings are basically material, fine material. Yeah. And the other category, the top one, is purely live in the mind. There's no material. So we, sensual pleasure, and another level is the material, and another level is immaterial. That means purely on the mind only. Of course, the higher you go, the better it is. The longer is the lifespan. So what do you think? What are the conditions to be reborn in the material world, the Brahma's world? What is the condition? Is it good enough for the 10 observation?
Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, is it? You must have 3 in
You need samadhi, isn't it?
Yes.
You need to have jhanas. These are the condition, yeah, for the higher level, yeah, of the heaven. Okay. For liberation, is it good enough? Just observe these 10 wholesome actions. This second last paragraph is about liberation already. Yeah. If you wish, you practice in accordance with Dhamma, righteous conduct. I want to be liberated, and you can do it, the Buddha said. Is it good enough? 10 wholesome actions? You need to practice Noble Eightfold Path, isn't it? Not only the samadhi. Noble Eightfold Path. Noble Eightfold Path.
Noble Eightfold Path also got Samadhi, ma.
Yeah, you need to have samadhi, and you need to have
Jhanas.
jhanas. You need to have mindfulness. You need to have, the full 8. You need to have the full 8 Noble Eightfold Path. Yeah, and the right will, it could be more already. Yeah, but at least the right will mentioned in this sutta. Sorry, I have to scroll back. So this is the right will, right? That is what is given and what is offered and what is sacrificed. It means that believing in charity, yeah, believing in Kamma and Vipaka, believing there's rebirth. Is it good enough for liberation? Think about that. Is it good enough for liberation? May not be enough, doesn't it?
It's just having right view first.
So this is the mundane right view. But good enough to be reborn, a good rebirth in sensual world.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Good enough for sensual world. But not good enough even to material world. Even not good enough, likely not good enough for liberation. So we have to be careful when we read in context. Yeah? Okay? Right.
I don't get you, sister. Because it's like it says here very clear. Should wish lah. But I don't know whether this should wish, the word is there lah. When you say good enough or not good enough, but it's stated here ma.
Okay. Fanny, Fanny, I suggest you also read, I think Bhikkhu Buddhist, I get it from Bhikkhu Buddhist book. You look into the footnote, I think you will get it. Yeah. Yeah, the footnote of this sutta. I hope you have the book. Let me know if you don't have it. Okay, I'll send it to you, the footnote. Yeah, okay. This is very important. Yeah, the way we study the sutta, when we study the doctrine, it will not be based on one sutta. We will read many suttas, yeah, and not only one sutta talk about this. In other suttas, we talk about, when you have the right will. I think it's Majjhima Nikaya. I'm trying to recall. On Noble Eightfold Path and the right will, you read on that, Fanny. Yeah, Majjhima Nikaya on the right will. I can't remember the sutta number on right will. I think you'll find the difference on right will. Okay, and I'm talking about the supramundane right will. The right will which will bring about full liberation. Okay, so this right will here are very basic. If any human beings does not do this, don't talk about supramundane already. Mundane one also don't have. What more from mundane? Okay, it's good enough for everyone, but for diligent Buddhists who's aiming for liberation, you have to do more. And Noble Eightfold Path is the guide. Okay, so let's come back to the slide. So I covered this exercise already. I think the next few slides is only some conclusion. This is from Bhikkhu Bodhi. Okay, question of Kamma. View action produce effect. That we know, yeah? Action with intention or volitional action will produce effect. That we know about karma. But Bhikkhu Bodhi also say the karma, yeah, a volitional action produce effect, and it will turns out to be two ways of the effect. The first one is the first effect is immediately visible in psychological effect. When you do something, it's already there in our psyche. Yeah, this is what he says. Okay. The second one is the one that we talk about. Yeah. The reaping effect, as also mentioned in the sutta, you will experience this life, next life, or future life. Okay. The reaping effect can be later, can be next life, can be the next life. But the immediate one, you already in your psyche. This is what Bhikkhu Bodhi said. So I try to explain to what he says. Little actions that we do in our daily life, it becomes a character. Agree or not?
Yeah.
Habitual. So every single actions, if we don't take note, it becomes habitual. Yeah. So I put it here. We desire for wealth. It may not be wealth. It can be, fame, it can be status in a society, success in your life, in your career. It can be anything that we desire or we have greed. Say if we desire for wealth, you become wealthy, and suddenly you lost of wealth. How will you feel? Sadness. Sadness will bring to hopeless. And what is this hopeless about? Depression, isn't it? Depression people will be feeling that hopelessness. This is normally what they feel. And committing suicide. So whatever that we do, this root of greed, isn't it, will have the impact in our psyche. Especially when it becomes habitual. I explain in this way, why the Bhikkhu Bodhi says that the karma, don't think that it will only happen later, next life, next life. But it already gives impact to your psyche, psychological impact. Yeah, agree? Okay, so we have to be mindful all the time, and not only one or two times. I think Sister Tang is in counseling, right? Is it Sister Tang? You're in counseling industry? I think probably you can explain better. How actions, especially the mind action, influence us psychologically. Yeah. If you want to share, you can. So this is a summary of in the sutta just now. Okay. These 10 wholesome actions, not any other 10. I know sometimes we talk about 10 meritorious deeds, 10 punya. Yeah. But this sutta, a few sutta that I read, it talk about these 10 actions. So I think it can be concluded already. It's these 10 actions, right? So avoid killing, avoid stealing, avoid misconduct, essential pleasures. False speech is 5 precepts, right? Avoid malicious speech, harsh speech, gossiping, and abandoning greed, hatred, wrong views can bring you next life, good rebirth, and even liberation. So don't look down at these 10 wholesome actions. Yeah? The Buddha already mentioned so many paragraphs, right? If you wish, you can, right? You can. The Buddha give you the assurance, you can. Yeah, you can. Not said by me, by the Buddha. And it's also mentioned in the sutta just now. Kamma is like a seed. I think you already seen in a few paragraphs. Okay. Seeds that are intact, unspoiled, not damaged by wind, etc. Yeah. It's all fashioned through great hatred and delusion. Right. Seeds that are intact, unspoiled, etc. You burn them in the fire, reduce them, and become ashes, and blow them out in the wind. It will be vanished. Yeah. So karma, which is fashioned through non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion, is abandoned. Yeah. All abandoned when there's no delusion. Okay? You don't want no more rebirth? No more rebirth for you? Then you cultivate non-hatred, non-delusion. Yeah. Non-greed. And just a last sutta to share. Capability of performing skillful action. Really, you can do or not? That's the question that the people ask the Buddha. Okay. Abandon what is unskillful, monks. It's possible to abandon what is unskillful. It's possible. If it's not possible, I will not say it to you. Okay. Abandon what is unskillful, but because it's possible to abandon what is unskillful, I say it to you. Abandon what is unskillful. And Ariya always say that, right? Don't do that. Abandon that unskillful action. Yeah. If this abandoning of what is unskillful will conducive to harm and suffering, I would not say it to you. Yeah? Abandon what is unskillful. But because this abandoning of what is unskillful is conducive to benefit and happiness, I say it to you. Abandon what is unskillful. It's for your own benefit and happiness, not for others. Yeah. And develop what is skillful, monks. Okay. It's possible to develop what is skillful. Yeah. If it's not possible, I will say to you, develop what is skillful. But because it is possible to develop what is skillful, I say to you, develop what is skillful. Okay. If this development of what is skillful is conducive to harm and suffering, I will not say it to you. If it's bring you harm, I will not say it to you. The Buddha said, develop what is skillful. But because development to this skillfulness bring to benefits and happiness, that's why I say to you, develop what is skillful. Okay, so it's necessary to practice these 10 wholesome actions. Okay, then I think time's up, over time already. I pass it back to Sister Gianna.
Sister, can I ask
more
you?
time? Sorry?
Sister, can I ask you one last question? The wrong view, actually, can you please elaborate on wrong view? What is wrong view?
Wrong view, in conclusion, from the sutta,
yes,
does not believe in karma.
Oh.
Not believing is, oh, dana is good, they don't believe. Generous, being generous, being kind, helpful to others. Yeah, they don't believe that this will bring benefits and happiness. They do not believe it.
Okay. Thank you.
This is first one only. Good karma will be good results. Bad karma, that means you do the wrong one, the wrong actions. You have to experience bad result in the future. They don't believe in it. They don't believe nothing one. They say, I do anything, nothing will happen one. So the second one is they don't believe there is next life. This is wrong view. Okay? That means that I die already, nothing else already, nothing left. No more next life. Okay? So not believing in karma and not believing in next life, and also I think not believe in there is liberation. There is a possibility of liberation. There are people who are liberated, they don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these three categories. Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sadhu.
Sadhu. Sadhu.
Sadhu.